Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here and you're watching the detailed camera review of the new Poco M2 Pro. The new Poco M2 Pro comes with a quad camera setup with primary 48 megapixel sensor and 16 megapixel selfie camera. So let's dive deep into the camera to see how it performs. In terms of the camera hardware, it sports a quad rear camera with 48 megapixel primary sensor with f1.8 aperture. You also get an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, 2 megapixel depth sensor and 5 megapixel macro sensor. There is also LED flash included. The front camera is 16 megapixel with f2.2 aperture. So let's find out how the camera performs. First, let's have a look at the video quality. The phone can shoot 4K videos in 30 fps and the quality looks good. It has good colors and the video is crisp with details. But unfortunately, there is no electronic image stabilization for the 4K and hence you have to depend upon the 1080p resolution at 30 fps with EIS available. Here again, the quality is good with details, but the colors are a bit saturated at times. The stabilization is also very good with good footage offered. There is also 1080p at 60 fps which does not offer EIS. Another option is to shoot in 1080p with movie mode turned on, where you get the 21:9 aspect ratio for videos. There is also EIS support for movie mode. The phone also packs an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera and the video quality is quite average. The sharpness levels are average and the colors also looks a bit dull, but you do get EIS for the 1080p resolution ultra wide angle camera. The phone can also record macro videos in 1080p resolution with 5 megapixel sensor. One of the important aspects about the Poco M2 Pro is that it comes with Pro mode in video recording, which means you can control ISO white balance shutter speeds and focusing, which is seldom found even on flagship smartphones. The phone can also record slow motion videos in 960 fps, 240 fps and 120 fps. Now moving on to the photos. The daylight shots taken with a 48 megapixel camera came out well. The colors are vivid and sharpness levels are impressive. The phone has tendency to saturate, especially when there is a lot of greenery around. Also, the images have a slightly warmer tones. There is good amount of details even when you zoom into the pictures. There is also dedicated 48 megapixel mode which takes images in higher resolution, but we did not see any major difference here. There is also auto HDR mode available and the dynamic range is good and it resolves shadows pretty well. The 8 megapixel ultra wide angle shots came out decent. While it is not as good as the primary camera, it is still usable. If you look at the regular shots and the ultra wide angle shots, you can see the colors are a bit muted on the ultra wide angle lens. There is also Pro Color mode in the camera UI which makes photos vivid and colors to pop out. This is basically for social media. The close-up shots taken with the camera was good and it has good details and great sharpness levels too. Here again the colors look a bit too saturated. The focusing speed is quite good and we did not find any issues here. The phone has a 5 megapixel macro sensor and it does a really good job in bringing the macros. It has great details and sharpness levels but misses out on color reproduction again. Moving to the portraits, we felt that the portraits are really good. Xiaomi has been a master in getting great portraits and the Poco M2 Pro is no different. We can get bright looking portraits with excellent edge detection too. The skin tones are also good and the sharpness levels are impressive. The phone also comes with movie mode in portraits which give you some excellent looking cinematic portraits. Next, moving on to the low light captures. With f1.8 aperture, the photos taken with the Poco M2 Pro came out decent. With artificial indoor lighting, the details were good. But when light drops further, you can see noise in the low light captures. And details are not great either. There is also night mode on offer, which definitely brings in more details and sharper images. So in extreme low light instances, it is better to have the night mode turned on. Now finally moving on to the selfie camera. The 16 megapixel shooter can shoot some really good selfies with excellent details and sharpness levels and also good color reproduction. The dynamic range is also good. The skin tones are good and so is the sharpness. We turned off the beauty mode since we like selfies without the beauty mode. Also selfies are more of a personal choice so you can judge based on the clarity. The selfies came out better than the Poco X2. There is also night mode in selfies which works well if there is some decent lighting available. The phone also comes with a portrait mode. Here again the edge detection is good and overall the selfie experience is good on the Poco M2 Pro. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Poco M2 Pro. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is, the stabilization and also the audio quality from the Poco M2 Pro. So summing up, how good is the Poco M2 Pro in terms of the camera? In simple words, the Poco M2 Pro is similar in terms of the camera performance to the Redmi Note 9 Pro. It works pretty well in daylight shots, macros, portrait, selfies and video recording, although color reproduction needs a bit more fine tuning. There isn't much to complain except for the low light experience, which we feel could have been a tad better. So that is the camera review of the Poco M2 Pro. So what do you guys think about the camera? Do share in your thoughts in the comment section. This is Thermal signing off with a detailed camera review of the Poco M2 Pro. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. Have a great day.